let the air right out of it, just like that. It'll take up much less space. Or we could use something else instead. How about instead of using styrofoam packing noodles, maybe we could use these that are made out of starch. Alright, now starch, it's a plant fiber, and it's not going to stay there. If we take these, if we send styrofoam to the landfills, it's going to be there for a very long time. If we send these to the landfills, this is just regular water. We'll go ahead and put these in the water. Let's say they go to the landfill, and then it rains tonight. Let's go ahead and make it rain for about 20 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They're pretty much completely gone. Now that water, it looks kind of yucky now, but guess what? It's actually packed full of nutrients for the soil. Those plant parts that are in this water will drain down into the ground and make the ground nice and nutritious and healthy to help plants continue to grow. Alright? Now, another problem, like we said, the water running off in the dumps, is runoff from things such as oil. The problem with oil, if you throw away the wrong things again, let's say you throw away, someone throws away something greasy, an old machine, maybe a blender, maybe even car engines, there's oil in there that gets washed away by the rain. It goes down into the ground, off into our water systems, and then it floats right on top of the water. This makes it, one, it definitely makes it dirty. Alright, two, it blocks sunlight from going down below to the plants that live down there in the water. That also messes up the ecosystems underwater because those plants cannot make oxygen for the animals. Then maybe a dolphin pops up to get some air and inhales a bunch of oil, or birds dive down for fish and get a bunch of oil on them. Well, another thing, kind of like this powder, scientists are always developing things that help clean up the environment. And these are things you guys can do, is come up with all sorts of ideas. For instance, we have this stuff called EnviroBond. Go ahead and sprinkle some right here on top. Alright, just a little bit right there on top. And this stuff is a lot like this powder, except instead of soaking up water, it actually soaks up the oil, just like that. Then, all you have to do is come along and you can scoop that stuff right out of there. The water pours right on out, and you're left with the oil right inside of here. So, what could we use this for? Maybe in places where they work on cars, maybe scrap yards, they actually put this on the ground. So when the rain rains on those cars and all those greasy, oily engines, it doesn't wash down into the groundwater, but instead it soaks it up and makes it nice and clean for us. But these are just some of the things that you can do or you can come up with to help us clean up our ecosystems. Now, it's really hard to try to attack the whole entire world at once, but if you start at home doing just small things to help, maybe you can have a clean ecosystem at home. An ecosystem can be as big as the whole world or as small as just underneath a log in your backyard. Maybe at school you can get together with some friends. You can clean up the school. Maybe the friends at your school decide to clean up their yards. Now you've cleaned up a whole entire neighborhood. If this happens at schools all around the country, we've just cleaned up the whole entire country. So starting with you, we have the power to change the world.